The dream of working in America's tech world is becoming harder and harder for Indian students and professionals. Many Indian tech workers who went to the US with hopes of building a great career are now finding the doors slowly closing. In the past, the US was seen as a land of opportunities for Indian software engineers and developers. After studying in the US on an F1 visa, many students use their OPT to get jobs and then switch to H1B visas to stay long term. But now, getting that first job is the hardest part. A recent report says that entry level hiring in the top US tech companies have dropped by more than 50% since 2019. This means companies are hiring far fewer people who are just starting their career. In fact, over 80% of entry-level tech jobs in the US now ask for at least 2 years of experience, which doesn't make them truly entry-level at all. Well, this is bad news for Indian students who just finished their studies and are looking for their first job. Even students from top US universities like Stanford or UC Berkeley are now applying for internships after graduation because full-time jobs are really hard to find. But yes, why are companies not hiring freshers anymore? There are several reasons. A. Artificial intelligence is replacing many beginner-level tech jobs. Instead of hiring 3 junior developers, companies now prefer one experienced engineer who can do more work. Secondly, companies don't want to spend time or money on training new workers. Thirdly, hiring somebody on visa means more paperwork, legal costs, and immigration steps. And many companies just want to avoid that. But this is hurting the Indian tech workers the most. This hiring freeze is specifically painful for the Indian students. If they can't find a job after graduation, they can't apply for an H1B visa. Some end up working unpaid jobs, hide their visa problem, or quickly join another university to stay longer in the US. And not for degree, but just to avoid deportation. In 2021, 15% of tech hires in big US companies were fresh graduates. Today, that number is just 7%. Also, the average age of a new hire has gone up by 3 years, which means companies are clearly picking more experienced people. So, the question is there no space for new talent? Well, this trend is specifically sad because Indian tech workers helped build the Silicon Valley. For decades, Indian software engineers, data scientists, and programmers have been a major force behind the US tech boom. But now, because of visa challenges, fewer jobs, and rising automation, Indian tech talent is being pushed out of the system. Tech workers from India are now stuck in a cycle. Without experience, they can't find a job. Without a job, they can't get a visa. And without a visa, they can't stay in the US. Unless the US immigration rules are updated and tech companies start hiring new talent again, many Indian students have to leave the US after graduation. For many, this means giving up on their American dream, not because they weren't talented enough, but because the system made it too hard. The tech ladder in the US is broken for new immigrants, specifically Indians. And the clock is ticking really fast for anybody who's stuck in this situation.